Hello and welcome to Rimworld episode 1, which we're going to be playing on Crash Landed Extreme with permadeath mode enabled, because why not, who doesn't like a bit of digital punishment from time to time. We're going to be going for a Walking Dead theme, call us characters Negan, Simon, Dwight, Mr. Smarty Pants, so forth and so on, colours, Colony, Sanctuary, and his faction, the Savoirs. You might want to skip around 40 minutes for it to actually generate a world. There's two schools of thought on this game when you're first setting up a base, like super important on such a hard level. To get the most efficient base that you can either set one out of wood, which we're not going to do because you've got to harvest wood to build all your structures and it takes a bit of time and costs you resources. We're going to build into the side of a cliff because as you're mining into the side of the cliff you actually gain resources to set up your base because you're mining all sorts of blocks, but more importantly steel and compact machinery if you're lucky enough to come across it, which happens a lot. So just find yourself a bit of map where well, we want next to, this is good, next to as many enemies as you can just to make it a bit more interesting, but we also want it next to a cliff. So this one's quite good, fair few enemies around us. These impassable ones here look impassable, they're mountains. Set yourself up on something like that, mountains with mountains all around you. Don't forget to select a slightly larger map because the small ones are far too small basically. So as you're setting up your colony, you want to get as well three key things: growing, mining, construction, and that's enough to set up a colony fast. Let's see if we've got any of those. Not really, so just gonna have to do it from scratch. Mining. So this one, why not? King of the Hill. This one could be Negan. Got all that is, by the way, is a passion for mining. How much passion you've got just depends how fast you increase in that skill. So growing, we'll call this one Dwight, and then everything that goes wrong, like running out of food, we can blame on Dwight. So we need, what was it? Construction. That will do, and good growing as well, that's fairly lucky. We call this one Simon, and in we go. This is one of those times where you might want to skip ahead 40 minutes because it does take a long time to generate maps. I think the priority in this game is just to get Negan a baseball bat and a leather jacket and start clubbing people to death. So let's have a quick look around. Plenty of cliffs to build into. Nice little cave structure, no cave animals though. Hoping we've got some cave animals around somewhere, because they do add an extra challenge to it. Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Oh, maybe up here. Yeah, we've got a hive up here. These are really dangerous. A lot of fun to deal with later on in the game, but that far away shouldn't cause us too much bother earlier on. So we want to pick a nice safe spot for his base and just move everything over towards it. But first thing we want to do, in fact, character, is just see who's best off with the guns and get them equipped. 7 skill for Dwight, he can have the big gun. Simon can have the little gun. And Negan, we need to start training up his baseball bat skills, basically. So wherever that knife's gone to, there we go. You can have that. Then after that, you just want to set your work priorities. One thing that I wish that I knew when I first started playing is you can set manual priorities by clicking that button. This allows you to just set your own idea of what they should be doing first. You can set them based on 1 to 4, 1 being the highest priority, they'll go do that straight away if it's available, 4 being they'll get around to it whenever. So obviously firefighter, patient, if they're hurt you want them to go to a bed straight away, if there's a fire you want them to put it out straight away. Other than that, whatever you've set them up for, like Dwight was our grower, so we want to grow, cook and cut plants. Anything other than that, 4 will do, just in case there's nothing else to do, is not just sat around doing nothing like you would be on the automatic selection. Negan was our miner, so let's try and find mining somewhere. Mining set to 1, everything else set to 4, just so he's not idle. Haul, by the way, super important, set them all to 1, just so it moves stuff fast, particularly if you're moving base like we are. They'll bring all your stuff to your base rather than you, every time you need them, having to walk out and get them. Simon was construction on A, so construction and everything else onto 4. Then they should be fairly efficient and just crack on with whatever they've got to do. Before you unpause it, oops, just make sure you pick up all your resources and take it to a stockpile point wherever you're going to set yourself up. I think that's all of his resources. So in fact we're not going to go to that steam geyser, that's quite good for power later on. But there's not much grassland right next to the base, so we don't want to go that far. We'll go here, I think. Then we've got plenty of grassland to build onto. So we're going to set a stockpile zone here, because then you're not wasting your grassland. And we'll set as dumping zone over here. In fact, is that water? I'm not sure, deep water. Set as dumping zone then somewhere over here, just out of the way. Then you want, straight away, you want a few grow zones. Another thing that I wish that I knew was corn and strawberries can both be eaten raw without any penalties to what you're doing, so they don't have to be cooked. Some stuff you have to cook, or you'll receive a penalty to how happy someone is about doing it. So it'll make them sad, basically. They have sad, if they get sad, they have mental breaks. They have mental breaks on this level. They'll just shoot up the colony and kill everyone themselves. So on top of your food, you want your basic stuff like heel root and cotton. You don't want much cotton or heel root though, because it just takes a lot of time to harvest and such when you don't need masses until you've got a fair few people. So here we go. On top of that, we just want, very quickly, a little starting room which we can then just abandon and make a more efficient base. You just need one straight away to get a roof over the head, keep them warm at night with beds in. Not sure why Negan's vomiting straight away. That cryo sleep sickness. think that runs out pretty fast, so let's not worry too much. I think the berries likewise can be eaten raw. If you've got any berries, take them. There's loads growing around, but not quite ready. Those survival meals last a lot longer unrefrigerated than anything else, so you need to keep hold of them if you can. And just make sure before day one you get 3 beds going. So, like I say, keep them happy as possible. Get a horseshoe, that does keep them happy for such a low costly thing. Get some floors. And then you just need to worry about your food, because the biggest reason why people go full psycho is your running out of food, basically going hungry sends them wild. Looks like we've got an animal, so social, trading, just set all the training, they're all very useful. It just means that they'll rescue people when they need rescuing. You can release them to either hunt or attack people, and randomly it'll just haul something from A to B for you, which is nice. We're going to get some basic production stuff straight away, because like I say, food is super important on an extreme difficulty. As long as by day one you've got yourself a roof, somewhere nice and warm to sleep, nothing else is super important. But then straight away after you start, you do need to start thinking of food. Because if Negan goes without of food, he gets cranky, and you do not want a cranky Negan. Go all just seem to want to have lay in the sun and a walkabout and not really do much. Brilliant for efficiency. You're not doing too bad, aren't you? Quite lucky here for all this steel. That's going to get us quite a bit of stuff early on. So as soon as your things are built, bills, don't forget to add your bills. Butcher creature, infinite amount, just do forever. Bills, add bill, cook simple meal, do until you have X. 15 is a good number until you've got refrigerators, because they do deteriorate over time. Just make sure they can use everything. And then you should be fairly efficiently up and running with your skill set just to carry on making food. So so far so good. You just have to wait for that first attack and just let Negan loose. He will shut that down. So let's just get, they don't like eating without tables, so let's just get a table for them. few chairs. And a little sleeping box, in fact, bottom of someone's bed. Just anything to keep them comfortable as early on. That doesn't sound good, whatever that is. Must be animals attacking each other. We've got some nice stuff to hunt, in fact we might as well claim that. Saves us using as emergency mules. Looks like we've run out of wood. That is a good level of stuff growing. Good bit of hunt, so looking pretty good. The next thing that we want to do is set ourselves up some power. Basically because we want a refrigerator so that we can produce enough food to survive the winter. So it's yeah, it's best to get one up and running, because while we've got loads of food growing, it's all going to spoil well before winter's end, and there's not going to be as much to hunt. Got what with that down there, quite handy. We'll claim that. So we're just going to store a few batteries in there, get us power building up. Just having another quick look around, make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, what's that? We got some jade. Quite a bit of compacted machinery. This is why I always set up a larger map, because if there's something not in your immediate vicinity, you can always wander out and get it. Those, by the way, let's call them zombies because they've got different names, small and big ones. These will come out and eat you from time to time. I think we're relatively safe because we're far away. Got that big cliff between us, but you never know, you've got to keep an eye out for that. We'll claim these meals while we're here. You don't have to worry about making this place look nice, because all you're going to do is store some batteries in there. So just try and keep your food levels up, and hopefully today is going to be a productive day. Get some doors up. Batteries aren't very efficient in the cold, by the way, so you could put a heater in there and make them more efficient, but that's not essential this early on. All we really want to do is now get ourselves a refrigerator so that we can store his food in. I have a fairly big refrigerator, that should do us. about run out of the friendly time that they set. So anytime now stuff can start happening. They don't like working in the dark as well, by the way, so get them some sort of lighting. If you're lucky enough to, like me, to get powered light, put it in. If you're not, just get a torch in there. Because that will make them miserable where they're at. Ugly environment, and that'll just keep on building up. Don't think we need to trade anything straight away. We're looking pretty good. So, colony name, that's faction name, savoirs. Colony name, sanctuary. Hope that's spelled right. So everyone's in this room all the time anyway, so I suppose we'll put another door into it. So what we could always do is turn this into a kitchen once we've got power up and running and separate bedrooms. Well, that's more than big enough for a refrigerator. Oh, mad animal. Need to be careful with these mad animals because they scratch and infect you. They never kill you, but the infection can do a lot of damage. Let's just get it hunted and done out of the way. Raccoon as well, so Simon's not going to be very happy at the minute. Probably a bit of downtime production wise. So let's just get this refrigerator up and running so we don't have to worry about that. Then what we can do is set up a stockpile zone and make sure all of his food goes inside this. So we want to take food off of that, so do select food, make sure corpses can't go into it. Obviously they're not going to spoil if you set it below, you just need to set it below 1 on the cooler, sorry, below 0. So if you just clear all foods, corpses, animal corpses they'll freeze, they won't spoil. Likewise for food. So you can all of a sudden you can set a bill up to have a bit more than what they've got. Our next thing that we want, I suppose, would be some form of defence, because we're going to get attacked. So a couple of sandbags of well-placed positions wouldn't go amiss. We've certainly got enough steel around to do it. Security. So a couple of sandbags stand behind. They do love setting your solar panels on fire at this sort of level. And your crops. So you just want the odd little thing to hide behind, so no matter where they come from, you're fairly well defended. Summer has become. Your crops won't grow in winter, so that's why we're setting up the refrigerator. Get it all done now. We should be looking pretty good to survive as first winter. Surprised we've not been sent any wanderers yet. In case you didn't know, every time you use a gun or do a skill, by the way, like mining, it will level up. You can just go by, see by just by going over the skill, you can see how much that it's leveling up. So 2,700 out of 4,000 for this level, that's not bad at all. Hoping that burns itself out. It's dangerous to put out a fire of that size. They will come and put it out if it gets too close to his base though. So if you look on your thing, target temperature 21, obviously miles too high. Go and set it to about -4. And then you should see everything here just refrigerate and then freeze. We can have that turns into compacted machinery, so that you can have a few more, well, what do you call it, anything like batteries, solar generators. So we need now to get up a prison up and running and a medical bay ASAP. Wanderer joins, very good. So let's see what it can do. Character. Very good at social, so he's good at trading, get cheaper prices, artistic, intellectual. Not bad for research actually, we'll get a research post up and going. Oh, more dangerous stuff that we've not noticed. Another hive. And a mega spider. So let's hope he makes past that. Okay. Best keep an eye on him for a minute. Just gonna draft him so he goes where I want. try and avoid that beast, because if he gets too close, they'll eat him. It's a bit of fun later on, but he'll definitely die this early. There we go, seems to be safe enough. So we want a research post up for him to utilise. And let's hunt a few of them. 2 of them will do. I don't think they get attacked in return. Let's set that considerably higher because we're just going to keep them refrigerated anyway for winter. So, orders. Let's get a medical room going, and let's get a prison going. Suppose we can place our simple research base on the outside like we have done here. It doesn't seem to be doing any harm. There'll do, and then hopefully we can start a bit of research in advance of it. Let's take a quick look at his workload. He's not really good at anything, so research and then 4 for everything else. Surprised you're not being attacked yet, but there we go. Oh, we do need one more bed then, don't we, as well? Because they're not going to be very happy there. So anywhere for now, as long as she's got one. Where are all the attacks? What are the saviours without a war? Place. So maybe they're not building because we've run out of wood, so let's harvest some more wood. Gonna need it for beds. So after this, call that the kitchen and living room. We can then build ourselves a house, a room each. Oh, here we go, finally, Negan. We've got a raid. Gonna shut this down. Oh, bollocks, I just accidentally clicked off it. So, raid could be coming from anywhere. Have a quick scan round. Where have they gone to? Oh, Landry. Oh, Paul Landry, you are about to get... Oh, he's got a gun. Here we go. If only we had a baseball bat. So let's get one on defence. Gonna come from roughly that side. Who else has got a gun? Simon. Get on defence. Leave others to work. Oh, come on then. The starting attack on this difficulty is fairly easy, but after this they'll come in 3s, 4s, 5s, 7s. That's why I got that early defence up. So we'll have this as a prisoner room. Hopefully we'll be able to recruit him. If not, Lucille will have her way. So 83% difficulty. Might leave this video here and then post it, and then hopefully get someone to vote on how we treat this prisoner. Do you want it to have do you want Lucille to have her way, or shall we try and recruit her? Choice is yours. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.